Welcome back! I hope you had an exciting time exploring the live plankton samples under the microscope. Let's take a moment to summarize what you observed and compare it to the winter conditions we discussed earlier. Take a moment to review your activity sheet and reflect on the differences you notice between the samples collected in different seasons. As you examine your activity sheet, consider the changes in plankton abundance, diversity, and behavior between the two seasons. Did you notice any differences in the size, shape, or color of the plankton organisms? Were there more or fewer plankton species present during the winter compared to now? By comparing the plankton samples collected in different seasons, we can gain a deeper understanding of how environmental conditions affect the abundance and diversity of these vital organisms. The seasonal variations shape the delicate balance of life in our inland lakes. It's amazing to witness the transformations that occur throughout the year and how they impact the overall ecosystem. When we consider the intricate dynamics of our local ecosystem and the role that plankton play in sustaining life within it, the more we understand about these tiny organisms, and the better equipped we are to protect and preserve the delicate balance of our inland lakes like Portage. Throughout our exploration of lakes in the winter, we've covered some key concepts such as photosynthesis and energy cycling. Remember, photosynthesis is the process by which plants, algae, and some bacteria convert sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water into energy and oxygen. During the winter, photosynthesis slows down or stops in many inland lakes due to limited sunlight and cold temperatures. This impacts the overall energy cycling in the lake ecosystem. Compare the energy cycling in the winter to other seasons and think about how it influences the food web. Let's also revisit the topic of aquatic invasive species. As you know, aquatic invasives have a detrimental impact on our local lake ecosystems, as well as the Great Lakes. In northern Michigan, we face challenges from species like zebra mussels, Eurasian water milfoil, and many others. These invasive species outcompete native plants and animals, disrupting the balance of the ecosystem, and have had a detrimental impact on the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Zebra mussels, for instance, are notorious for their rapid reproduction, with millions of eggs being laid each year. As they multiply, they form dense clusters that attach themselves to various surfaces, including rocks, pipes, and even native mussel shells. Their presence leads to the clogging of habitat areas and an excessive filtration of water, removing essential nutrients that native species depend on. This disruption in the ecosystem can harm the overall biodiversity and stability of the environment. Similarly, Eurasian water milfoil poses a significant threat to our Great Lakes. This aquatic plant grows rapidly, forming thick mats that cover the water's surface. These dense mats can impede the movement of animals and prevent sunlight from reaching native aquatic plants, hindering their growth and survival. The encroachment of Eurasian water milfoil can also alter the composition of the shoreline, affecting the habitat and food sources for various organisms. It's crucial for us to be aware of the damage caused by these invasive species and take measures to mitigate their impact on the delicate balance of our local ecosystem. So what can we personally do? As stewards of our local lakes, it's important for us to take action and contribute to their preservation. There are a few different things we can practice just as individuals. One of the most important things is to help stop the spread of aquatic hitchhikers. Clean, drain, dry is a very well-known method. When going between streams or lakes, always be sure to wipe your shoes or your waders down before leaving. To briefly highlight some other threats, pollution entering a lake can come from various sources, some point source and some non-point source. A lot of pollution comes from non-point and is simply just runoff from lawns adjacent to the water's edge. Nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen from lawn treatments end up in the lake and can cause imbalances. Garbage and litter are also a big threat, as well as industrial dumping. Sedimentation is another one of the biggest threats to our lakes and streams, which can cause narrowing of stream channels or the burying of important habitat due to increased development and seawall installation. Being informed is one of the greatest ways you can assist the cause. Stewardship can be practiced just by volunteering in the community with local environmental groups and just being invested in your local resources. When we all work together, we can make a difference. Thank you for completing our exploration of lakes in the winter. Through our study, we have gained valuable insights into the intricate web of life that exists within our inland lake. As we conclude, I want to remind you that the coming generations are our most important assets when it comes to conservation. You are the future stewards of our environment, entrusted with the responsibility of preserving and protecting the natural beauty that surrounds us. Each and every one of us has a stake in this, and our actions today will shape the outcomes of our region tomorrow. By actively participating in the conservation of our local ecosystems, we have the power to make a positive and lasting impact. So let's continue to learn, explore, and take action, knowing that we hold the key to a sustainable future for our beloved community and its precious lakes. Also, a thank you to the U.S. Forest Service for funding conservation-based education, and to the Portage Lake Watershed Forever for donating the equipment needed to create these videos.